Wow, where do we even start with this? It's like Sony looked at their "we still own these random Marvel rights" checklist side and thought, sure, let's drag Kraven the Hunter off the bench, sucker punch him with a voodoo plot, and see if we can squeeze some box office change out of it before the fans revolt. Spoiler alert, the fans revolted. Big time. First things first, this entire concept of a Sony mini cinematic universe feels like a bored teenager's attempt to form a garage band after the real band members left. Sony's got the instruments Spider-Man's extended rogues gallery, basically, but apparently no idea how to tune them. Morbius? Bombed so hard it spawned a million It's Morbin time memes. Venom? At least it was so goofy it looped around to being entertaining. Madam Web? Let's be honest, it's only relevant for the memes and maybe Sydney Sweeney. But now we're scraping the bottom of the spider barrel with Kraven. Plot? If you can even call it that, it's basically the cinematic equivalent of rummaging through a junk drawer, pulling out random items and haphazardly gluing them together. Voila Kraven fighting a Russian prison warden arms dealer, a voodoo priestess lawyer, a half-baked family drama with Russell Crowe, and of course a cameo by Rhino who apparently transforms into an actual rhino just to get unceremoniously trampled by a herd of buffalo. Why did we need super literal rhino transformation? Nobody knows. Possibly to remind us we're still stuck in Sony's wacky Marvel universe. Characters? They're either walking cardboard cutouts or bafflingly disconnected from the story. Aaron Taylor-Johnson is usually great in other roles, but here, he looks like a guy who signed on during a moment of questionable sobriety and spent the entire shoot wondering how he got scammed into this. And that's not how you sell the fearsome Kraven, one of Spider-Man's most intriguing comic adversaries. The script turns him into a mopey eco-vigilante hunter who's not actually hunting, well, anything that matters. Russell Crowe. Imagine an ex-gladiator who got lost in the Sony backlot and showed up to film a random cameo. He's apparently the shady patriarch, but he's mostly just wandering around, glaring at people, and yelling in random accents that may or may not be Russian. The film's editing is so choppy you'd think they sliced it together using a dull butter knife. The story stumbles from scene to scene, rarely explaining how or why we got there. Tone? Inconsistent as hell. The opening prison infiltration feels like it was spliced in from a better or at least different action flick. Then it immediately dives into a lazy flashback safari, voodoo resurrection, and an unintentionally hilarious "you're a superhuman now because" reasons. By the time we bounce to London, where shockingly everyone relevant just so happens to be conveniently located, your brain's already checked out, rummaging for the nearest Marvel streaming show instead. Rhino vs. Kraven, the less said, the better. The level of confusion about whether this is supposed to be a gritty anti-hero flick, a supernatural thriller, or an animal transformation fetish video is truly astounding. And the CGI. Yikes. Did Sony outsource it to one of those pop-up VFX shops run out of someone's garage? What's left when the credits roll? Nothing. This is not a movie that leaves you with a sense of wonder or closure. It's a movie that leaves you with the creeping suspicion that you just wasted 2 hours of your life. For all of Kraven's big talk about the hunt, the only thing getting hunted here is your attention span, and trust me, the film never catches it. In short, Sony's miniverse is deader than disco, and Kraven the Hunter cements that status with startling efficiency. But hey, there's a silver lining, at least it's not Morbius 2, right? Actually, give them time. Sony might still drop that on us. Anyway, if you're looking for meaning or continuity in this film, you'll have better luck rummaging through an abandoned Blockbuster's discount DVD bin. If you're looking for a comedic meltdown of everything wrong with studio filmmaking, well, Kraven might just be your next masterpiece of cinematic schadenfreude.